Most outrageous MLB arms, infield and outfield, 2000 to 2023. Major League Baseball has a wealth of players over its history who can fire a ball across the diamond. Even in today's game, players like Ronald Acuna Jr. who can fire it from the outfield at over 100 miles per hour, or a guy like Elly De La Cruz who in his short career has shown off his ability to fire a missile across the infield. But who has the best arm in recent memory? Stick around as we go through some of the most outrageous arms in Major League Baseball since the year 2000. Ichiro Suzuki. Starting with the Outfielders, and what a way to start with a 2001 Rookie of the Year and future Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro needs no introduction. His accolades are numerous. He won the MVP, a two-time batting champ, plus 10 Gold Gloves. He is a no-doubt first-ballot Hall of Famer. But anyone that watched Ichiro over the years knows that his ability to throw runners out at tremendous distances, whether it's at third base or home, Ichiro's arm in right field was just ridiculous. Throw it in with all his other accomplishments, including over 3,000 hits, it's no wonder that he's considered to be one of the greatest of his generation.
That one is ripped into the right field. It's a base hit. Ichiro's charging. Here comes Ramirez. Here's the throw. Here's the play.
Vladimir Guerrero. Another outfielder in the early 2000s that seemed to always be in highlight reel for his arm. Vladdy's arm was noted by noted baseball statistician Bill James as the greatest outfield arm in the 90s. Ahead of the 2004 ALDS against the Yankees, Guerrero threw a ball 370 feet in warm-ups. Are you kidding me? Vladimir Guerrero was a unique player with a unique and powerful arm. Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds could be on the short list for best center fields of his generation, maybe of all time defensively. And though his best attribute in the outfield would be the range he had, as well as his ability to rob homers, he had a cannon on him as well. This southpaw had 8 Gold Gloves, and due to his range, athleticism, and powerful pinpoint accuracy on throws, was certainly in the conversation for one of the best outfield arms of his era. Ken Griffey Jr. When it comes to outrageous arms, you have to talk about Ken Griffey Jr. The Hall of Famer may be the best player of the 90s, but was still solid through much of the 2000s. Griffey needs no introduction, finishing his career with 630 homers, 13 All-Star appearances, and 10 consecutive Gold Gloves in center field. A big part of the defensive game was undoubtedly his arm. When he retired in 2010, he was first on the active list for outfield assists. Griffey has many skills to point out, but one that may tend to be forgotten is his defense. Had he not been plagued with injuries, he likely could have continued to win Gold Gloves year after year. Ronald Acuna Jr. When that question comes up of who has one of the strongest arm in the game today, there is one answer: Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna has had quite the start to his career, from winning the Rookie of the Year in 2018 to becoming the first player in MLB history to pick up 40 homers along with 70 stolen bases. The guy is unreal. But he's no slouch in the outfield either, and his arm is a huge threat to anyone trying to advance on his watch. In June of 2023, he threw a ball tracked at 104.1 miles per hour. But the year prior, he threw one tracked at 105.8 miles per hour, which happened to be the hardest ball tracked from an outfield throw. It's simply unbelievable, and he has plenty of years ahead of him to continue to produce more historic numbers. Barry Larkin. Another player whose career stretched into the 2000s with a great arm has to be the 1995 National League MVP, Barry Larkin. Larkin wouldn't be known as an elite fielder, but he certainly had an arm. Larkin grew up watching another National League Central shortstop, the great Ozzie Smith, who is largely considered to be the greatest defensive shortstop of all time. Larkin was arguably more of a complete player though, as he was able to do just as much damage at the plate. But his arm may be the greatest of his generation at shortstop. Omar Vizquel. A shortstop that was, without a doubt, an elite defender was Omar Vizquel. Vizquel's career spanned from 1989 to 2012. 24 seasons, 11 of which ended with a Gold Glove. Vizquel was also a great average hitter. His best season at the plate was 1999, where he hit .333 average and was an all-star. But he's largely remembered for his contributions with a glove. For a player without tremendous power numbers at the dish, he showed off a strong, accurate arm that helped him post great assist numbers in his career.
Patented play with his back.
Raphael Furcal. Now a guy with just raw power in his arm was definitely Raphael Furcal. Furcal was a threat to put on a show at any time. He won the Rookie of the Year award in 2000 with the Braves, and later was a 3-time All-Star. And though his arm wasn't always accurate, he had tremendous power behind it. Furcal's highlights are always a fun watch due to how hard he could throw the ball.
Nice pickup by Furcal to get one. The barehanded pickup and return, double play. These guys are good. Marcus Giles took the throw barehanded and turned it with his older brother Brian.
Yadier Molina. Yadier Molina, undoubtedly the greatest defensive catcher of his generation. Molina was a Cardinal through and through. He won 9 Gold Gloves, including 4 Platinum Gloves. He was a member of 2 World Series winning squads. He became the undeniable clubhouse leader of the St. Louis team by the time he retired in 2022. But Molina also had a cannon behind the dish. He led the majors 4 times in caught stealing percentage and finished his career with a 40% caught stealing percentage. He caught 64% of batters in 2005, and he's the best in recent memory at catching runners on the move.
We're happy for
this. Is fun. So here's the kickoff. Watch the runner's reaction.
Manny Machado. Even with Manny Machado leaving the Orioles, he won 2 Gold Gloves, along with a Platinum Glove in Baltimore. Since then, Machado has still been a reliable third baseman for the San Diego Padres, and his arm is regularly showcased, and for good reason. He has a career 101 defensive runs saved as a third baseman, and that number will likely grow in the coming years due to the cannon he calls his arm.
Great play by Machado to second for 1.
Elly De La Cruz. Number 11, Elly De La Cruz rocketed onto the major league scene, and a big reason was of his rocket of an arm. He was clocked in 2023 throwing a ball 97.9 miles per hour. With his arm being both agile and extremely strong, De La Cruz is a nightmare for any batter trying to leg out an infield hit. Granted, the StatCast era only covers a small percentage of the history of baseball, but Elly De La Cruz has already made a name for himself in the short time he has been in the league. And that ends our look at the strongest fielding arms of the 21st century. These defensive stoppers have either left or will leave a tremendous mark on the game, and that is largely due to their outrageous throwing arms. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our channel to see more Major League Baseball videos just like this.
Trabajando duro, aunque no estén saliendo las cosas, pero estamos trabajando duro y